It's really good to dive deep into why you're coaching. And people will have a lot of respect once they see like your heart and your passion. I remember one of our assignments in old training was what makes you a good Beachbody coach, and we had to go live. Oh, shoot. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you, Virginia. I'll just mute people.
My internet's kind of sketchy. But I remember we had to go live and say what makes us a good Beachbody coach. And it was like, dang, that was kind of hard. Like, you really had to sit back. Like, there's a ton of Beachbody coaches. Like, what makes me a good coach? And I remember everyone who shared their video got an awesome response from people, because most of the time everyone was like, because I really care about people. I love being a part of their journey. I love helping them. And then people were like, wow, like, she's genuine. Like, she really does want to be a part of their story, and they do want to help them lose weight and feel good about themselves too. And people can't hate on that, because you genuinely want to help someone. Like, who's going to look at you and be like, this girl is sketchy, she sells stuff, because she wants to help someone change their life? Like, that just sounds crazy, right? So if people are, saying stuff about you being a Beachbody coach, delete them. Like, that's what I did off of Facebook. I just deleted them, because I was like, obviously they don't get it. Like, they're missing a piece of the puzzle. They don't understand why I'm doing this, and I don't want that negativity in my life. So if you're dealing with that, just unfollow them on Facebook, or if you aren't really good friends, just delete them. You don't even need that negativity on your Facebook or in the back of your head. So,
absolutely. I totally agree, because those people, they don't support you for doing something that makes you happy and other people healthy. Like, they're probably assholes. Like, to be honest, like, those people probably aren't nice people. And if they're family and friends, you're gonna have a real conversation with them. Do you want me to be happy? Yes? Great, because this makes me happy. So stop being, there's probably kids in the rooms that you're in. I don't have kids, but stop being like that, okay? So start being nicer to me, because I'm happy, and that's what you want, right? You want me to be happy, and I'm making other people happy too. So,
And a lot of the times people are like in a spot where they're not happy with themselves, so it's hard for them to be happy for other people. And I've seen that before. People not liking what I'm doing, and then a year later they come around, they're like, you know what, I hated seeing your post, because I was like, how did she lose all this weight, and how is she being successful, and I could never do that. And they're really just angry with themselves. So sometimes that's what they're going through too. So try not to take it personally. I know it's hard. We get a ton of good vibes, and then like a couple bad comments or negative remarks or responses, and it's just like the negative ones stick out. But just think about all the positive ones that you get. That's what you have to remember. So yeah, we'll talk about challenge packs. So when I started coaching, I had no idea what I was doing. That was when Morgan was like a new coach too. So we didn't have much of a coach training when I first started. We didn't do a coach training till like month 3 or 4, I think, because she was so new and she only had a couple coaches. And so I basically just copied what she had said to me in a conversation, which was like this long paragraph, which looks like a scam when I read it over now. It says everything about a challenge group, a challenge pack, Shakeology, how the home direct works, if you want to be a coach, like seriously everything in one paragraph. And it sucks, but a lot of people just didn't reply because that looks sketchy, and it's like you were word vomited all over them. So you live and you learn. But what I love to use is the breadcrumb method. So I learned that from Brittany Leggett, actually. She did a call about it. So when you're first talking to someone, it's so important to just get to know them first, kind of. Just, ask them their goals. Ask if they've already been working out, what's been working for them. Just kind of get a vibe from them and like see, their backstory. Some people, when you ask them that, I tell them to fill me on everything. Like, do you have some goals? Like, do you work out right now? What do you like to do for workouts? And I say, fill me in. And sometimes people write me like big long paragraphs, their whole backstory, which is awesome because then you know if they've failed at something before or if they like dancing for cardio or whatever the case may be. But make sure that's your first thing. Even if someone messages you and they say, hey, how much is it? Don't answer them. Be like, hey, first off, what are your fitness goals? What do you like to do for workouts? Ask them a bunch of questions first. And you don't have to ask a ton. You can do this one at a time, a couple at a time. Don't overwhelm them. But that's so, so key to just get to know them first. And wouldn't you agree, Kirsten? Is that how you do it as well?
100%. Like if someone will say like, hey, tell me more information about your challenge that you have coming up, I probably don't mention the price until the very last portion of our conversation. So if they say, I want to know details about this challenge that you're hosting, I'd be like, sure. Like, actually, it's just a bunch of women. We get together online on Facebook. We hold one another accountable. We each have everything we need at home to get fit, and we hit our goals. And everyone does a little bit of a different workout program. And I'll say, like, what attracted you to, like, the fitness challenge? Do you have goals that you're working towards right now? And then they'll say, yeah, like, I ate a ton over Christmas, and, like, I'm feeling super bloated, and I'm just wanting to lean out. I said, awesome. I said, totally. And you always want to do, like, feel, felt, found, right? Like, I feel the same way. I felt that I was ready for a change. And I really found that this cardio program I'm doing, let's say you're doing T25, has really helped me drop a lot of that bloat. And I'll say, is there certain programs that you really like, or are there workouts that you really dislike? So if someone says, I hate dancing, at least you know, like, okay, I'm not going to recommend a dancing program to them. Or if they say, you know what, I absolutely love like lifting weights. I like lifting heavy. I love sweating and putting things up and putting them down. Like, I love that. And then you say, oh, you know, like actually Body Beast might be a really good option for you. And I'll say, like, do you have a plan? Like, do you have like a long-term plan you're wanting to hit? And that's where Beachbody On Demand comes into play, because you can say to people at the very, very end, once you've built up the value that we offer complete systems. I always say that to people, we offer a complete system. You get one-on-one coaching and support. You get group accountability on Facebook with a private group of women just like you hitting their goals. You get a workout program. You get a nutrition program with portion control containers, and you get some superfoods to start your month off right. And then I'll say, are you wanting just one workout program, or would you rather have a whole year's worth of workout programs together? And people are usually like, oh, like, what do you mean? What's the difference? I said, well, and then this is where the price comes in. At the very end, once we've talked goals, once we've talked their interests, once we've talked kind of where they're at, I'll say, well, you can get a complete system with one workout program for $160, or you can get a complete workout program or a complete system that has actually every single workout program Beachbody ever put together, streamable online for an entire year. And they're like, yeah, I want that. Because I've already talked about, okay, what's your long-term plan? Okay, so you want to do Body Beast for 90 days. What then? What after that? What would you like to do? And they're like, you know what? I'd love to be good at cardio. I want to do T25 and Insanity. I want to be good at cardio. Well, so you know what? Let's get a plan up. So, okay, you're going to do Body Beast for 90 days. And then you're going to switch over to T25. And so you can have this whole plan set up for them, because as a coach, that's your job. Help them goal set, help them figure that out. And if they don't know, coach them to it. Say, okay, so you're wanting to hit these goals. You like these kinds of workouts. You want, you have a really, really busy job, so you need to be able to work out really quick. Maybe Insanity Max 30 is right for you. So you need to be informed. You need to be educated. And you know what the best way, if you don't know, let's say you guys are like, what the hell is Insanity Max 30? Go to YouTube. Watch the promo video on Insanity Max 30. You will know right away it is hard, and it is sweaty, and it is cardio, and it's so good. But just educate yourself on that so that you can be a coach to them and share what that is. But I found that I think in 2017, or at least as long as this promo is going on, I'm not selling any normal challenge packs anymore. That's not happening, because I've built up the value of Beachbody On Demand. And they know that all access pass, that's too good to pass up. Because let's say that they get Insanity Max 30 and they do it and it goes really well. And they're like, but I want to switch it up now. And if I would have only paid $30 extra, I would have thousands of dollars worth of programs at home. So I think building up the value and comparing it, because giving them the option, maybe, you know what, maybe they just want 21 Day Fix Extreme on DVD. That's what they want. That's okay. That's fine. But at least you know you've given them a system, the workouts, the nutrition, the support, the Shakeology.
Yeah. And I always make sure to get them excited too. Like once they tell you what their goals are, make sure you are saying them back to them. So at the end, make sure you're saying, I'm so excited for you. I totally know that you're going to lose this weight. I know you're going to love our challenge group. Like get them excited. Don't be like, be confident is what I'm saying. Don't be hesitant or nervous to say how much it is. I know personally, I haven't even really been talking about like the 21-day fix or anything. I've just been talking about all access because it's the best deal. And I tell them, I say, hey, there's this amazing promo going on right now where you can actually get every single Beachbody workout program ever created. And I make sure to hype it up so that they know like this is an awesome deal. And I tell them they've never had the prices this low for every single workout program. And I've actually been talking to people in person too, and which is hard for me, but I've been telling them that they lowered the price because now this is a better deal, way better deal than going to the gym. And I tell people that I paid $230 for my T25 workout program that didn't come with the portion containers, that didn't come with all of the workout programs. That was literally just T25, a meal plan booklet, and Shakeology. That was it. And I always tell people that. That's how much I paid for that. And I was a little nervous, and I was like, dang, that was kind of expensive, but that's what made it work. And I tell them that. I say, if you spend that much money, you're more likely to make it work because you're like, dang, I really invested this money. I spent this money. Now I need to make it work. So I tell people that too.
And sometimes even, I don't even mention like the old fashioned challenge packs anymore, because I'll just say we have this option with every single workout program, $199. That's for a year, an entire year. And then after that, if you want to upgrade, $99. That's it for another year. So people, I find that the nice thing about Beachbody is we're making it very accessible for everybody. Because if you break it down, I think $199 divided by 12, isn't that around 16? Does that sound right? 16 times 12. Yeah, something like that. So $16 a month for every workout program. But that includes an initial 30-day bag of Shakeology and a shaker cup and portion control containers. That's amazing. So if people are worried about price, break it down like that for them. Show them that, this is actually what it ends up being. If that's something you're concerned about, this is our best price point that we have for value per program. So that's what we do. Someone asked a question about having men in challenge groups. I actually have like no male challengers at all. But what you could do, if you did have male challengers, I know the ladies in my challenge group probably wouldn't be comfortable with men in the group. So I would say have another accountability group separate just for your male challengers and put that in there. And if it's one person, that's fine. But as your role as a coach would be to motivate in that group still. So maybe just do similar posts that you're doing in your female group, but more geared towards men, but provide that accountability even if you only have 2 challengers in there, or team up with other coaches that you're friends with and say, hey, who else has male challengers that they want to get together and do a male accountability group? That's what I would do. But I have none active right now. Lots of the guys that I have that did challenge packs, I offered them the option of being in a challenge group. They're like, nah, I'm good. I'll just like check in with you. Like that works for me. If that's what you want, that's totally fine.
I have one guy, and I just put him in the challenge tracker app because I feel like I don't know, most of my group is on Facebook. He doesn't have Facebook, so that's fine. So Facebook is all girls. But in the tracker, I feel like that's more individual because you're just tracking your shakes and your workouts. And he's been loving it in there. He posts every day his workouts and his shakes, and he just messages me on Beachbody through the website, which is different because I've never done that before. But that's how I'm doing it with one. He was actually a lead, so that's what I've been doing.
Okay, so let's see what else we got in here for questions. How do you utilize both your personal Facebook page and a coach like page? I have to be completely honest. I've been focusing more on my main Facebook page and Instagram. So those are my 2 main outlets, and Snapchat. So I haven't been building my coach like page whatsoever lately.
Yeah, I find it really, really hard to get a lot of traction on that like page. But I do know coaches that do use both. They just post the exact same thing on both of them. Or I know some other coaches, they'll just post if a post does really well on your personal page, then they'll copy it and put it on their like page, and hopefully it'll do well too. But like pages are kind of hard, and honestly, I feel like it's moving more towards Instagram now because Facebook is but it's getting more saturated with like pages. So I think they're just showing them less, and it's hard to build that like page. So I would dive into Instagram. That's what Kirsten and I have really both done this last year, and I think it's done really well because there's a lot of people you can still connect with on Instagram. And even though we're not international yet, eventually we will be, and there's a lot of international people on Instagram.
Absolutely. And I find that Instagram is nice because people they have to like seek you out, and they'll come find you and snoop through all your images and stuff. And if you're really creative and you love taking pictures, that's where Instagram comes into play. And that's my wheelhouse. I love taking pictures. I love being creative that way, having like a little bit of a shorter text, but having an image that's impactful. And there's Instagress, which you don't have to use this right now, but it's a company that I use that helps me grow my Instagram account. And it's actually pretty cheap. It's not expensive at all. And they help, they reach out to people that follow me, and they like things for me, like things that I tell them to like. Instagress, yeah, Instagress. And then you can give them like different lines to say, like, yeah, it's interesting. And I'm still learning a lot about it, but Anita Myron uses it, and I read one of her calls, or I listened to one of her YouTube videos, and I was just like, this is so smart. Why wouldn't I? And I went from having like 1,000 followers, like, which was like huge for me, to having almost 7,000 followers in a pretty short amount of time. And not because I'm better than anyone, but just because I invested like a small amount of money into having someone run it for me. So as you grow your business and you're able to put some money back into your business, that's probably a smart area to do it. And I know we're kind of getting off topic of challenge packs here, but another thing that you won't regret spending a little bit of money on is some professional pictures, getting like dolled up and getting some pictures taken to have for cover photos, for ads, for Facebook, like your profile picture. Not only is it like the nicest feeling to be like, oh, I'm so pretty, I love that picture of me, but we all have a friend that has a nice camera that can edit photos too, right? So you don't even necessarily need to pay money. You just have to put some time aside to get that set up. But I think that's a really valuable investment in your business too.
Mm-hmm. Someone asked about Crowdfire too. I used it for a little bit, and it was good for me I just unfollowed people that didn't follow me back. So that's basically all I use that app for. But now I'm at a point where I follow everyone who follows me, and there's no more people that I follow that don't follow me. So now it's kind of irrelevant. So I just deleted it actually. But if you are following a ton of people, then it's kind of good to use so that you can unfollow people that don't follow you.
And Instagress unfollows too for you. They have that option, which is nice. Yeah, that's newer. So y'all see my numbers, like my followers go up, and then the next day it's like down by 300. And so I think it's just all, they know what they're doing. I just hand over the reins to them. But as far as challenge packs go, it's all I talk about with my clients. I don't even say like, would you just want a workout program? Because I know in my heart that's not the right thing. I know in my heart that I got results through using a system. And I don't think it would be fair of me to say, hey, yeah, absolutely, you can get just a workout program, but I can't guarantee your results. I can't say whether or not, like if you told me that you were committing to Insanity Max 30, portion control container, Shakeology, and a challenge group, I could say, I guarantee you, if you do this every single day, you will succeed. So I can't say that if they just bought DVDs. I can't say that. And I know in my heart that I got results doing it this way. So I think you just need to be confident and think of yourself in this position, how you've gotten results, what you know to be true, and just stay strong in your convictions that this is the right thing and I believe in it. What do you do with people who have allergies to items in Shaco? Do you recommend Performance Challenge Pack? Yes, absolutely I do. Very rarely do I find people have allergies. Usually if someone has a sensitivity to gluten or dairy, vegan formula is perfect because that they can eat that and that's totally fine. Some people have extreme sensitivities to caffeine, which is present in Shakeology. And yes, they've decided to go the route of using Performance Pack, and it's perfectly fine for them. But everybody's so different. I think it'll be pretty rare to find that. But if you do, there's so many options now, which is amazing. Like, it's so nice to have Performance Pack, because for the first 2 years I coached, that wasn't an option. You know, you couldn't get a 3-day refresh starter kit or whatever, you know. So now there's so many options, and we're going to be getting more nutritional substitutes in the next, like, probably 6 months. We'll see a huge wave of them. So just keep your eye out for that. But yeah, there's all the other challenge packs. And if you look on that BB Links app, you can see, like, there's all the different challenge packs there are. There's so many. And unfortunately not with the all access pass. That's not the way it is, but with the traditional challenge packs, yeah. Okay, Virginia's.
Yeah, and I've had like a couple people that are super allergic, only like a handful, and in that case, I recommend the Boost or the Performance line. But if they still just want the workout program because they're super allergic, I still let them be in my challenge group. I say, you know what? Normally people have to have Shakeology in a workout program, but since you're extremely allergic, like, don't even worry about it. Just do the workout program and stick to the meal plan and you'll be fine. So the odd time I make the exception and let them in the challenge group anyways, because obviously it's not their fault. They're allergic to life. So but we're at 25 minutes. Does anyone else have any more questions for us?
Now's the time. Okay, so this next week with the Academy, we're going to be getting you guys to get even a little more uncomfortable yet. So buckle up and just keep doing it. I know, Megan, you made that face, but like, when you went live, you had amazing feedback. Right? So when you're being raw and you're being yourself and you're not filtered and crazy, it's just, everyone relates to that so much. Like, you guys, I put a picture of my cellulite on the internet and it's there forever. And I can't take it off. But I know that when I got messages from women saying, thank you for being a spokesperson for me. Thank you for standing up for me, because this is something that has plagued me my whole life. And I feel like I am not alone. And I always show pictures. You know how we take like 60, 70 selfies and we're like, yep, that one, that's the perfect one. And I know that if I show a little bit more real and a little bit more background information, and I know Virginia is taking the same route this year, is we're really focusing on the word authentic and honest and raw, because that's what people want. If you want to find someone perfect, like Kayla Itsigns on Instagram, and you want to follow her, fine. That doesn't inspire me. What inspires me is the busy mom with kids crawling all over her doing push-ups, or the nurse that's doing crunches in her break room because she didn't have time to do her workout before her 12-hour shift. That inspires me. That's inspiring. I don't care how fancy your gym is. I don't care how nice your workout clothes are. I care about getting it done and being inspiring to normal, everyday people. Because what we're promoting is a program for normal, everyday people. We're not promoting this big, fancy, elaborate system. It's simple, guys. It's super simple. So we just need to convey how real and raw we are, and that's how we get results. So I think that's important to convey that.
Yeah, definitely. And I forgot one other point that I've been saying to people who want to do a workout program with like their husband or someone who lives with them. I make sure to mention that with the all access, if they're all doing it in the same household, they can all do it together, which is kind of nice because they can all just use the same login. So if people are kind of short for money, I always say that as an option as well.
Definitely. And that's huge, because otherwise you'd always have to buy extra DVDs, and to buy $70 DVDs, that's just crazy to me. Like, knowing that DVDs cost pennies, right? It's just like, this is insane. That's so crazy. So being able to have every workout program on your iPad or iPhone, that's so nice for people in the same household. So yeah, challenge packs, they matter. Know the value, build the value. Don't lead with price, lead with value. And talk to that, ask questions. I can't stress that enough. As a coach, don't tell people what they need. ask them questions because they'll tell you what they need. They'll say, I love cardio. Love it. I hate lifting heavy. Not something I want. I think it's really important to just ask questions and get them to tell you what they want and need so that you can go back and say, all right, so if I understand correctly, not a big fan of lifting weights, you love cardio, but you need something quick. And then you can say, here's a really good program. But I'll say, this is for 30 days. What's your plan after that? And they'll be like, I don't know. I say, okay, well, why don't we just think long-term? What's something you want to do that you don't think you can do? Well, maybe I could try lifting. I said, well, the nice thing is with the All Access Pass, you have access to T25 or to Insanity Max 30, whichever you prefer, for your first month. And then after that, maybe just try. I'll give you a few different workouts. Try Max Hammer Power in Hammer and Chisel. Or maybe give Body Beast a try. Try this workout. This one's my favorite. And see what you think. So if they're like, I can do that. I'm like, yeah, you don't have to commit to the full program after. Like, just try a couple of the workouts. See what you think. And they're like, okay, yeah, I'll let you know. So that way they have options. And I think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's 10:30, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to our Boss Babe call. And we do these every Sunday. We always record them, and that will always be posted into the group. Obviously, being live is nice because then you can ask questions if you need to. And yeah, buckle up for next week. We're going to be diving in a little further. And I'm excited for you guys because I know a lot of you, your goal right now, even in your first few weeks of coaching, become an Emerald coach and hit Success Club in your first month. That's amazing. That's a success starter. That's huge. That's a big deal. That's getting started right. So not only are you thinking, I want to help people get started on their fitness challenges and get started that way, I want to help other women grow a business. I feel like I'm ready for that because you know darn well you don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to start a whole new coach training. That's why Virginia and I host these things so that you can get a feel for it. And then one day you can host your own with a friend. And if you have people that are wanting to coach or you've reached out and say, hey, do you want to do this with me? You could be Emerald by our next week's team call. Easy enough. And I've said this 100 times. I went Emerald because I forced Alex into it and my mom felt bad for me, so she did it. That's how I went Emerald. I'm not going to say that I attracted 2 rock star coaches to my business right off the hop, but I knew that I wanted this and I wanted to grow a business, and I was in a job that I absolutely hated. My mom was like, okay, like, of course. And Alex was like, no, I don't want to. I'm like, you have to. You don't have a choice. So I know it sounds crazy, but if you want to go Emerald, make it happen. You can make it happen and grow your business from there. And then Diamond, honestly, by the end of the quarter, that's totally doable. Absolutely doable. So we will keep you posted on the topic for next week's call. We might even have some guest speakers with us. And yeah, tune in for tomorrow morning. And I think Virginia has a great assignment tomorrow. So it will be lovely.
Yes. And one of the questions was, can you use the term Netflix? Yes, definitely. I stole it from another coach. So if you see anything, I tell my team all the time, if you see anything I post, feel free to copy and paste. I mean, if I talk about Bruce, maybe like add your dog's name, but other than that, you can totally copy and paste anything I say or post or followers. So go right ahead. I tell my people that because my first year I was following top coaches and I would be like, oh, this is what they posted. Okay. And then I'd like think about it and then I'd like make it my own and then I'd post the same thing. And now I don't really creep top coaches pages. The odd time I still do though to get like good wording or like how they described the All Access Challenge Pack. And people don't really care as long as you kind of make it your own and you're obviously not like copying their children's name or their dog's name or whatever. Just take it and make it your own. So just wanted you guys to always know that.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you feel like you have more questions after this, send them to your upline coach and they'll be able to answer them. And if they can't, they'll direct them to us. But reach out to them if you have any questions. And good luck next week. Bye, guys.